I've probably traveled 45,000 miles in the last year. One of the things that I've done is just driven to every corner of the state and met with people, and sometimes in pretty small groups, which give you the real ability to sit with them and ask them about their lives and about the things that they have that are challenges for them, the places they'd like to see Colorado go, and have them tell us what would make a difference in their lives. I'm running for governor because I really believe we're at a time in the history of the state of Colorado where we need to think about the kind of state that we want for our children and for our grandchildren. I'm the middle child of 12 kids, and so I really believe that I understand this notion that we're all in this together. As a family, literally, I don't think we would have survived in the way we did unless we had supported each other through that. It was difficult for both my mom and my dad for a lot of reasons. I think that it was a lot of kids, and at the same time, they were not big income earners. My mom wasn't working, and she wasn't working outside the home. My dad, like I said, was both a construction worker and a farmer. Well, we had a little farm. It was a 5-acre farm, and we were east of Aurora. So I was 5 years old, and I had the chickens. At about 7, I took over the rabbits, and then I started milking cows probably when I was about 10. To do what was necessary required hard work and a lot of personal responsibility at a very early age. I was 13 when my dad left. It was 1969.
It was a hard time, but my kids were all real good. They all helped me.
When you got to high school in our family, you went to work, and that was the way we helped support our mom.
When he was 12, he hauled some wood for a neighbor of ours. And then when he got to be 14 is when he started laying pipe. Seemed like he was always working, but they all were.
I really did learn the value of hard work, that if you apply yourself, whether that means in school or whether it means on a construction job, you apply yourself, that ultimately you can make it. You can do the things you set out to do. The second thing I learned is that, sometimes it wasn't all about work ethic or whatever you were able to do.
I had to go on ADC for about 2 years till my youngest one went to school, and then I got a job.
And she did that because she had to have that kind of help just to get her feet on the ground. I think there are many levels of responsibility, and we as Americans and we as Coloradoans, I believe, really pride ourselves on a degree of personal responsibility, having a work ethic and understanding the value of hard work and doing what it takes to play by the rules and still find a way to make ends meet. And I think there's this other notion about collective responsibility that says that we're all in this together and that we don't survive it by just being worried about the things that matter to us. And I think from a big family and from a big family that knew struggles, I think we learned a sense of collective responsibility because that was just how we were raised, and it's my vision for how a state should run, how a state should operate.
We were just graduating from high school, and he was, just this 17-year-old kid, but he was kind of saying that he wanted to go to law school, and I remember at that age, that was a pretty big aspiration, to come out of a kid. And you could tell he'd already had a pretty interesting journey, and you could tell he was already looking ahead.
It was the combination of working and the availability of those grants and loans that really made it possible for me to get a college education and ultimately to go to law school and get a law school education. I'm really worried that kids who were situated like I was back in 1974 are making decisions not to go to college. We lose our commitment to public education and finding ways for people who are middle income or lower middle income to go to college. We really will lose a very important part of what is an American fabric.